The only defendant we expect to hear from in the R. Kelly case testified today. R. Kelly's former business manager, Derrel McDavid, taking the stand to testify on his own behalf in the federal trial. McDavid is charged in the obstruction of justice and child pornography case, now inching closer to an end. Our Tara Molina continues to bring us the latest on this federal trial from outside the courthouse.
Derrel McDavid started working for R. Kelly early in the singer's career, describing him as shy and introverted when he first met him. Testifying to the very first lawsuit filed against R. Kelly and how that lawsuit affected the way he viewed the lawsuits and claims that followed. Kelly's former business manager, Derrel McDavid, on the stand testifying in his own defense. McDavid said as Kelly's stardom grew, his role did too. Eventually as Kelly's business manager, referring to his growing duties for Kelly as, quote, more money, more problems. Detailing a change in Kelly from the shy Robert he first met to the superstar R. Kelly. Eventually, quote, he was flying a lot of women in and out of town, putting a lot of women up in hotels. Grown adult women, according to McDavid. Testifying to hiring late acclaimed entertainment attorney Jerry Margolis as Kelly's attorney and the first civil suit filed against Kelly in 1997. A woman claiming Kelly had impregnated her, a claim Kelly denied and it was dropped, but a lawsuit continued with the allegations Kelly had sexual contact with the woman when she was a minor. Margolis disproved her claims in court, but agreed to a $250,000 settlement. They originally asked for $10 million. McDavid described being confused about why they would prove her wrong and still pay a settlement, but learned from Margolis settlements in cases like those could be a cost of doing business for a celebrity. And even rumors of what the suit alleged could impact Kelly's career. Testifying to cookie-cutter lawsuits following that case, an attorney advertising to those who wanted to sue R. Kelly, and the way it shaped his view of allegations against the singer. All the way up to underage sex abuse allegations involving the pivotal witness we heard from in this trial, Jane. McDavid said when he first asked Kelly about that, he replied, "Are you out of your expletive mind? This is my goddaughter," denying it. And since Jane and her family also then repeatedly denied all allegations of any sexual contact to police and investigators, McDavid said he believed it. McDavid also spoke directly to testimony we heard from Chuck Freeman, referring to it as false. Freeman referred to as a criminal who tried to extort R. Kelly. More on that and the testimony from today in this story on our website right now. Reporting outside the federal courthouse, I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News.